Hi friends, now let us see some encoding schemes. So the basic encoding schemes we had seen was amplitude shift keying, frequency shift keying, and phase shift keying. So in the amplitude shift keying, for 1 we represent a signal, for 0 there is absence of signal. For frequency shift keying, for 1 there is one frequency of signal, and for 0 there is another frequency of signal, and for PSK we have only one frequency of signal, but the zeros and ones are differentiated using the phase. So 1 is represented is in phase and 0 out of phase, or so on. So this is a presence or absence of the signal. FSK may be F1, F2, and PSK, so it is 0 degree, 180 degree, and so on. So that's how we can think of. Now if you look at this one, if you put this in the polar format, then this PSK, so you're talking about PSK, then what is it saying is 0 can be represented with a 0 degree and 1 can be represented with 180 degree, or other way as you wish. So with this, so what you are talking about is in one time unit we are sending 1 bit of information. How is that? If you are talking about ASK, then in one time interval, if you send the signal, it is assumed that you are trying to send a 1. If you don't send anything, it is assumed that you are trying to send a 0. If it is FSK, for one period, if you send F1 frequency signal, that means it is 1. If you use F2 frequency signal, then it is 0. Same way for PSK, in one period of 1 unit of time, if you send a in phase signal, it means 1, and out of phase signal may mean 0, or vice versa. Whatever it is, in 1 unit of time we are trying to send 1 bit of information. So is it possible to send more than 1 unit of information, say more than 1 bit of information in 1 unit of time? So that's a question. Say if we want to send a 2 bit of information, then 2 bit means it can be either 0 0, it can be either 0 1, or it can be either 1 0, or it can be either 1 1. So that means we have totally 4 different possibilities. So your input can have any one of these 4 possibilities. So that means if I want to send 2 bits at a time, then I should somehow make sure that there are 4 instead of 2. So for 1 bit, it is either 0 or 1. Therefore, presence or absence, F1, F2, 0 or 180 degree could solve this problem. But when it comes to 2 bits at a time, that means with 2 bits at a time, we can speed up the transmission, will speed up by 2. So instead of sending 1 bit, you are sending 2 bits in 1 period. Therefore, the total amount of information transmitted in any given period will double if somehow you can transmit 2 bits at a time. And for that, what can be done is we need to identify 4 options. So one way of working on those 4 options would be identify 4 ways or in terms of phase. Yeah, this is one phase, this is second phase, this is third phase, and this is fourth phase. So that this angle 45 degrees and this angle is 135 degrees. This angle is 200, 225 degrees, and this angle is 315 degrees. So if we can make these phase differences possible, so we have a standard time, so we have standard sinusoidal signal of some frequency f, and if you can delay it by 45 degree and then prepare, then there is phase shift of 45 degree, then you are talking about this. So you can choose 0 0 for this. Same way 135 you can say 0 1, and this is 1 0, and this is 1 1. Now what we are doing is, any given time, instead of looking at one bit of data, look at 2 consecutive bits of data and then decide what is it. 0 0 means 45 degree, 0 1 means 135 degree, 1 0 means 225 degree, and 1 1 means 315 degree. So keep shifting as per this, so we can produce 4 different types of signals which are shifted by 90 degree. One is 45, other is 135, other is 225, other is 315. So they are 90 degree apart, so they are in quadrature. So because 90 degree means it is quadrature. So now what are we doing? How are you differentiating them? We are differentiating them with the phase. So we can call it phase shift keying. But we are not working with this phase shift keying, which was working with only one bit. So it was either 0 or 1. So we can in general say that it is binary phase shift keying. So for 0, 0 degree, for 1, 180 degree, or vice versa. Same way, now 2 bits at a time if you can send, that means we need 4 directions or 4 phases. So if you can produce the signals with accurate phase shifts, then yes, for 0 0 you decide using the 45 phase shifted signal. For 0 1 use 135 phase shifted signal. For 225 use 3, for 1 0 use 225, for 1 1 use 315, or any other case as you see. And this is what happening is, you are working in quadrature. So this is called quadrature phase shift keying, or QPSK. So in short, what are we doing is we are using some multiplexer like thing. And that's under control of our 2 signals. So this we have a sinusoidal with a phase shift of 45 degree. This we have a sinusoidal of phase shift of 135 degree. This has a sinusoidal of 225 degree phase shift, and this has a sinusoidal of 315 degrees phase shift. So if we give 0 0, then this gets connected here, so we get 45-degree output. If it is 0 1, this gets connected here, so we get a sinusoidal output with 135-degree phase shift. If it is 1 0, then we get 225 out. If it is 1 1, we get 315 out. So this is being used, and this is modulated and then transmitted, and at the receiver you demodulate AM, and then what? So just find out. So depending on the signal what you get, so you will have 0 0 1 0 as a output. So this logic is just looking at what is the phase shift. If you get 45, it sends 0 0 as output. If it is 135, it sends 0 1 as output. If it is 225, it sends 1 0 as output, and if it is 315, it sends 1 1 as output. So that's the logic of QPSK, and once QPSK comes into picture, then we that started creating more and more imaginations. Then instead of working with a 4, why can't we use 8? Yeah, so you can use these 4 and you can use these 4. So in short, you can use this and this and this. So now you will get totally 8 options. So I can say if it is 0 0 0, I can use 0 degree. If it is 0 0 1, I can say use 45 degree. If it is 0 1 0, you can use 90 degree. If it is 0 1 1, you can use 135 degree, and if it is 1 0 0, you can use 180 degree, and if it is 1 0 1, you can use 225 degree, and if it is 1 1 0, you can use 270 degree, and finally 1 1 1, you can use 315 degrees. So that way, depending on how many phase shifts are possible, so if you can get 8 phase shifts, then simultaneously you can speak of 3 bits at a time. So our speed up is multiplied by 3. So now sky is the limit. So you can go for n-PSK. So this is called 8-PSK because there are 8 phases used, and this is used for 3-bit encoding. So for any n-bit encoding, what you require is 2 to the power n PSK. So that means 16 PSK can work for 4 bits at a time, 32 PSK can work for 5 bits at a time, and so on. So that's where the new world of digital communication expands into. So now we have many options. So we can think of QPSK and attached with amplitude also. So there can be 4 phases, and also you can have 4. So these 4 with a smaller amplitude, these 4 with a larger amplitude. So this we can call quadrature amplitude multiplexing, and that way many things will be added. So today we have a lot number of such schemes available depending on the availability of the resources. So here we need to make sure that accurate phase shift can be introduced at the transmission side and the receiving side. You should be having accurate the proper equipment to accurately identify how much is the phase shift. If anything goes wrong, there will be confusion, there will be errors, and hence can't guarantee about the effectiveness and correctness of the communication. So it all depends on the resources and the quality of the resources we have. Otherwise, this size n, it can be uh, only the sky is the limit. You can think of 64 PSK, 128 PSK, 256 PSK, 512 PSK. It all depends on how much quality products are available, how much quality equipment is available, how much accurately you can create and accurately you can sense. So on. As of now, many more things to come. So keep watching. Thank you.